Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Guadalupe Valley Views. We're on the road this week at City Hall in downtown Gonzales, and I'm in the office, in Ms. Young's office, talking to Genora C. Young, the president and CEO of the Gonzales Economic Development Corporation. Genora, thanks for having me back.
Oh, thanks so much for being here. It's always good to see you, Aiken.
I was thinking when we talked this week about stopping by, I said it has been a while since I've been here, and the last time that we were here, the big news was BYK Additives and Instruments were picked Gonzales over a number of other locations to do their expansion. And if you take a ride down Church Street, you can see the expansion is very much underway.
Yes, the landscape is changing daily, and it's changing drastically, and we're just very excited about it. You know, that program or that project, we bid against China, Germany, and Kentucky. And because it was a German-owned company, or is a German-owned company, the competition was very stiff. And obviously we were awarded, and very proudly we were awarded that expansion. And the commitment was at least a minimum of $50 million capital investment. And it is actually panning out to be more like $70 million when all is said and done. And with that comes the expansion of technology, the addition of automation and robotics, which means some of the workforce within the company will be retrained. Victoria College will be the facilitator there for that training. So it's all worked out very well. They have increased some of their the employees. They've added several to the mix now, and certainly we're happy to see that. And we're just very proud to have BIC in our community. They're a great community partner.
You were telling me, I guess last time, and correct me if I'm wrong, back in our visit this past fall, this expansion is also going to be able to add more jobs to the community. Is that right?
Yes, they'll add several over the next 10 years. In addition to that, though, it's the increase in technology that we were very excited about and remain excited about that. Automation and robotics, then that means not only more jobs, but better paying jobs, and it's an opportunity for their existing employees to be retrained and to increase their pay as well. So it's a win-win for the company and for the community.
Thanks for sharing that with me, and it's a good update with that. And I know that you are working on a number of other things that have yet to be made available to the public. But when we get there, I'd love to be back and come back by and come.
You'll be one of my first phone calls.
Looking forward to that. I want to kind of back up a little bit and just, we've read about it in the paper, we've heard about it on the radio, and we talk about Gonzales Economic Development Corporation. But I want to kind of backtrack from the beginning and just explain to me what exactly is GEDC and how does it operate? Would you mind taking a few minutes to explaining that to me and our neighbors listening here on the radio today?
It's a great opportunity because I think EDCs are overall kind of misunderstood in communities, our purpose and how we came to be. Gonzales Economic Development Corporation actually was created in 1997. It is a standalone nonprofit 501c4, and in nonprofit world there are all kinds of 501s or 501c this, C6. We're a 501c4, which means we can lobby if we so choose. But as a nonprofit, we are funded not through the general fund with the city. We are under the umbrella of the city of Gonzales. However, we are not funded through the general fund. The funds for economic development corporations, and we are a Type B corporation. There are Type A's and Type B's in Texas. We are a Type B, which means we can do everything that a Type A corporation can do, but we can also help with promotions and marketing of some tourism events, and we can also help with retail development.
In which Type A cannot, correct?
Type A can help with primary jobs, manufacturing, and industry.
Oh, okay.
Type B actually has a little more flexibility than a Type A. So our funds come from sales in retail shops and the taxes that are charged for the sale of any product. And so a percentage of that then comes back to the Economic Development Corporation. So it's a half-cent sales tax that comes back to us. And that's where our funds come from, not from property taxes and not from the general fund through the city. So an EDC operates somewhat independently of the city, but because of the state requirements, our budget is approved by City Council. We go through workshops, we have public hearings, and every expenditure is approved generally in the annual budgeting process. And so we work very closely with City Council, as do most cities and EDCs. It gets a little bit complicated because there are certain ways we can spend our funds and certain ways we cannot. We help with business retention and expansion of our existing businesses. And I think that was very apparent with BIC being a very good example of that. And then we also can expend our funds in recruiting business. This city and this city council and this board is very supportive of our existing business. And we understand that one of our greatest assets are those existing businesses in the community. So we do everything that we can to support them, help them grow and expand. And when we're looking at recruiting business, we try to look at the industry that is around us to see what do we have, what don't we have, and what's a mix to help complement what is there. And so we work very closely with our taxing entities, that's the county, the school district, hospital district, the city, to make sure that we are all coordinating and working together and have a shared vision for the growth of the community. But an EDC can be a partner. Sometimes we take the lead on, most of the time we are the ones that take the lead on economic development projects, whether it's business retention and expansion or recruitment. Sometimes we do part of the funding, we'll participate in some of the funding. Sometimes we are the main funding arm if there are incentives offered. And sometimes we are the facilitator that brings everyone to the table. And a lot of times there are no incentives paid out from any entity, but it's we help coordinate knowledge and share information. We help businesses find resources through, whether it be workforce, training through Victoria College. They're one of our economic development partners. Guadalupe Valley Electric Co-op, TXGN, those are among the top partners we have in economic development, along with our other taxing entities. And the more we can help businesses grow, the more we can help hold taxes lower, property taxes lower for everyone in the community, if that makes sense. It's kind of a vicious circle if you want to describe it that way. But we are a resource to connect resources. And
Yep.
Sometimes we're part of the funding, and sometimes we just connect those resources.
You also have a board that GEDC
Yes.
meets as well. Would you mind kind of talking to me about some of the folks?
Oh, I'm happy to, because I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, a Type B board is, by statutory law, is required. There are 7 board members. They're appointed by City Council. They serve at the pleasure of City Council. They can be replaced at any time with or without cause. Mm-hmm. So there is a synergy between council and EDCs. They work very closely together, and they generally have a shared vision. A Type A corporation by law has 5 members appointed by City Council under the same terms of serving at the council's pleasure and can be replaced at any time with or without cause. We have, I think, a good working relationship with the City Council here in Gonzales, and we're always striving to make that stronger. We also work very closely with the Gonzales Area Development Corporation, which is a private, nonprofit economic development corporation, and we work very closely with them. I attend their meetings, and we share information back and forth. When we're working on projects, they're very much in the know about what we're working on. We have a very good relationship with the county and the Commissioner's Court. In fact, on the BIC project, we monitor that funding agreement, the Chapter 381, between the county and BIC. And so that's monitored through the EDC office here in Gonzales, and we keep track of their performance measures, their performance deadlines, and we report those to the Gonzales County at no charge to them, but it's a great partnership. We're monitoring the city's 380 agreement, and we also monitor the performance agreement with BIC from EDC. So we try to be that agency that connects everyone and keeps everyone at the table and in the know and helps report as much as we possibly can to the public as well.
And you have a lot going on. I'm just sitting here thinking about it, but I mean, there is a lot more in addition to what you just shared with us. And I know that you also have information that is available to the general public if they'd like to learn more on how to contact either you or learn more about the GEDC.
Yes.
Online, or they can stop by and see it. But can I get your website address and kind of walk me through on what's on the web and what can people find there?
Okay, we're actually in the process of seeking quotes. We're looking at a complete redesign of the EDC website. Our address is gonzalescdc.org, and my information is posted there. You can also, my office is at City Hall. I welcome people to drop by, ask questions, schedule appointments to come in if they have questions about the EDC, what we do, what we can do. I'm happy to visit with folks because I think the more information the public has about who we are and what we do, the better informed they are to make decisions and to understand how we are an asset to a community and how we actually help keep taxes lower and help grow business, which benefits all of us. You can reach me at City Hall. The phone number here is 830-672-2815. And I also have a cell phone number, which is 830-263-9327. I will answer that on weekends and after hours because economic development takes place 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So happy to visit with folks when it's convenient for them.
You brought an idea to my mind here about GEDC and maybe some business owners, whether they're an existing or whether they're a new or future business, that you also are able to provide a lot of tools and help to possibly some folks that may not even be aware that it is available. Have you run into that?
We run into that a lot, actually, because sometimes we are the entity that can actually provide some funding through our grants. We have a couple of grant programs and a loan program that are posted on our website. But sometimes it's not local funding that they're actually needing. Sometimes it's assistance from the Office of the Governor, Economic Development and Tourism. Sometimes it's through Small Business Development Center. Sometimes someone's needing workforce training and assistance, or they need assistance with the development of a business plan so they can grow an existing business. And so we're the connecting source for that. And when it comes to state and federal agencies, we have a very good relationship with all of those that have anything to do with economic development. And then through the city of Gonzales, we do something that I think is very unique in our region. In fact, according to the Small Business Development Center, we are the only small city in this region that does this. And it's a free service that we offer to existing businesses and to businesses looking at coming into Gonzales. We offer what's called a development review committee meeting, free service. Any and all of the department heads here at the city that participate in expansion or development, whether it's the permits department, city secretary, city manager's office, fire and safety. We offer a meeting, generally takes half hour to 45 minutes. We invite the developer in to meet with everyone in the room, and we include the tourism director and Main Street manager in those meetings because they help promote and market new and expanding business. So we try to make sure that we have everyone in the room when you talk about your project and what you would like to do, so that they can hear what your project's about, and then you have an opportunity to meet and put a name and a face together, and you have the contact information for each and every department head. And we discuss your project, and we ask you to give us your bigger picture. What is it you would like to see when your dream is realized? Because we can better facilitate your needs on the front end of your project say the fire marshal needs to inspect, and he needs to know what are you